Hi everyone, FB here with day 2 of Gamers Assembly 2015. This is a LAN event that takes place in Poitiers, France over this weekend. And yesterday we saw the players gradually going down in numbers, and now only 8 players remain in the tournament going into the final day. Those players are Koenz and Yo-Yo, who qualified to the grand final through the winner bracket. Then in the loser bracket we got Saber and Zoom awaiting in the consolidation final. And then in this upcoming loser bracket final, Karl, Koenz, Roa and Massa will play against each other, with top 2 advancing to face off against Saber and Zoom for the last 2 spots into the grand final. And we are doing some warm-ups here. We are going to start very shortly. Before we do though, let's go through the players that are in this loser bracket final, starting with Koenz, who is from the Netherlands, plays for Team Acer and uses camera 3 and gamepad. Took 12th in the top 20 of 2014 rankings over at Maniac 2, top 12 at EastWC 2014 and first in Fragomatic and The Reality. Then we have Massa from Germany, plays for Euronics and uses camera 1 and gamepad. Was voted the 6th in the top 20 of 2014 rankings, 2nd in Alienware Cup and 9th place in EastWC 2014. We got Karl from France, plays for LDLC, uses camera 1 and keyboard, and his achievements are of course that he is the first EastWC winner, 3rd place in World Cyber Games 2010, and he also won Gamers Assembly 2010. And then lastly we got Roa, who, as you can tell from this picture, I don't know too much about, only that he is from France, plays for Positive Vibrations and he uses camera 2 and gamepad, and I believe this is his first offline event, so he's been doing really good so far. So those are the 4 players in this loser bracket final, and it seems like Karl joined late, so he's gonna do a couple of warm-ups before we start. The maps will be randomized, so we're not. Well, we might start on Shinamasta, the track they are playing on right now, but might also be one of the other 4 tracks. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, as mentioned, Zoom and Saber await in the consolidation final. Top 2 from this match will play against them. And then Koenz and Yo-Yo are in the grand final. Koenz won the winner bracket final and Yo-Yo took 2nd, if I remember correctly. So that means that Koenz will get 10 points and Yo-Yo will get 6 points as a bonus. Speaking about yesterday, we did see, of course, Tween, the defending champion from last year, going down in the loser bracket semifinals. It was Koenz and Roa who defeated him. We actually had 4 finalists in that match. Also Corey from Against All Authority was a finalist. But yeah, Tween is out, which is quite an upset, I think. Not many people expected him to be out this soon. And it seems like Karl is ready now, so Sky, the admin, will restart the server. And we are about to begin this loser bracket final of Gamers Assembly 2015 between Karl, Roa, Koenz and Massa. And we'll have a warm-up round first before we start the match. Let's see what the first map will be. It's going to be Yellow Lambo. This is made by Wally. And the world record is 56.843 by Koenz. Koenz who got 4 out of 5 world records. The one he doesn't, Tamarillo got the world record, but Tamarillo is also out of the tournament. So we'll have a warm-up round before we start this loser bracket final. Let's take a look at the online records, where we see that Massa got top 2, 56.848. Roa is top 4, 56.942. Koenz top 8, 56.99. And Karl is at top 15, 57.19. I must say it's pretty impressive that Karl is in this loser bracket final. He does not play in any online events whatsoever, only participates in these French offline events these days. And you know, they don't take place that often, so it's really remarkable that he can keep up his form this well. Always seems to go deep into the tournaments, so definitely kudos to Karl. You know, he's been around for such a long time. Took home EastWC in 2006 already, so he's been there from the beginning. And that's gonna be the end of the warm-up. Good luck and fun. Let's start off this loser bracket final between Carl, Roa, Koenz and Massa. Point limit is 100. We play in cup mode, which means once you reach that point limit, you become a finalist. And that means you have to win a round to secure your position. So here we go, first round. Following Carl. Let's go through the first couple of turns. Won't do them that well. We'll go down to 4th place. Instead we have Koenz in the lead. Builds up lots of speed. And also Massa is doing well early on. Roa will go down in speed a bit. Carl can pass him and go up to 3rd place. So go over this platform part. Oh, and Roa had to slow down, otherwise he would have hit the wall. We still got Koenz and Massa in the top, with Carl a bit behind, 1500s to be exact. Oh, and then Koenz straight into the pole. Massa will take over that 1st place. Koenz drops down to 4th. Roa will go up to 3rd place. Massa looks to win this first 10 points. 2400s ahead of Carl coming up to the final turn. Oh, gets a small bump from the border, but should still be enough to stay in front of Carl. 57.59. 700s ahead of Carl. 1 second, 3100s ahead of Roa, and 4 seconds, 6700s ahead of Koenz. So Massa will take the first 10 points. Carl will have 6, Roa 4, and Koenz 3. Let's see if Koenz can avoid that pole in the second round. And once again we see Carl at 4th place through the first couple of turns. Will not get much speed out of that turn either. So still at 4th place we got Roa with a small lead ahead of Koenz and Massa. Carl 1700s behind. Oh, and Koenz with another crash. Went too close to the wall and once again falls down to 4th place. Carl up to 3rd now. We got a close battle between Roa and Massa, and then Massa now having trouble with that section of the map. Did not hit the pole though, so he didn't lose too much time, and Koenz will crash again. Although he probably would have taken 4th. We got Roa now in the lead with 1400s ahead of Carl. No mistakes in the end, and Roa wins it with a time of 57.55. Carl 0.90, Massa 59.07, and Koenz once again at 4th with a time above 1 minute. So Roa and Massa tied for first with 14, Carl at 12, and Koenz at 6. Of course, it is pretty early as well in the day, so the players might not be as warmed up as they were yesterday. We see Massa dropping down in the start now. Otherwise, no crashes from the other players. Carl once again at 3rd. Roa and Koenz with a big lead. 3400s ahead of Carl. Oh, and then Carl hits the wall. Massa will pass him, but he's far behind Koenz and Roa with good speed over the drop. And can extend his lead. 1900s ahead of Koenz, so does a nice turn, might be able to catch up a little. But still advantage Roa as we go through the last couple of turns. Koenz with slightly more speed might be able to pass Roa if he nails the ending, but Roa will do an equally good turn and stay in front. 57.37, 700s ahead of Koenz. Massa 2 seconds behind, and Carl almost 4 seconds behind. So with that, Roa now alone in the lead, 24 points. Massa at 18, Carl at 15, and Koenz at 12. And we play 5 rounds on these 5 maps. So this is the second to last round on the first map. Good start from all 4 players. Great speed from Koenz. Oh, and Roa has crashed. Koenz with a 1700 lead over Carl. Massa will pass Carl over the platform and get really close to Koenz as well. Koenz still ahead actually with 1800s, so he hasn't really lost anything. Halfway through this round, Koenz in the lead, avoids the pole this time. Great speed again, will be able to extend his lead, almost hit the wall. 2500 ahead of Massa. Carl is pretty close to Massa. See if he will overtake him in the end. No. Koenz will take first, Massa second, Carl third, and Roa fourth. Roa still in the lead with 27, Massa with 24, Koenz at 22, and Carl with 19. Starting the last round of the first track. Oh, and that was Roa into the wall, and he's far behind his opponents. Oh, Koenz with a small bump from the curb. Oh, and then hits the wall as well. Goes down in speed, and Roa will easily pass him. Bit of an unnecessary crash from Koenz. So we have now a fight for first between Massa and Carl. Carl, good speed over the grass, but Massa still keeping first place. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's a better exit by Massa. Carl had to go for a longer path, and it's gonna be behind with 500s. Still doable for Carl to come back, but this is looking good for Massa, especially now after the next turn. And here's the last turn, Massa with the jump, and he's gonna take it. 57.36 ahead of Carl with 0.66. Roa 1 minute 37 hundredths, and Koenz 1 minute 3 seconds 28 hundredths. So yeah, not that many close rounds so far. It's clear to me that the players are still maybe waking up a bit. Massa at 34 points goes up in the lead, Roa at 31, Koenz at 25, and Carl also at 25. So yeah, the reason why these matches are so early, in case you're wondering, is because the final will be on stage, and Trackmania is usually played first, so that means it's gonna be played early, 1 PM CST to be exact. So that's why they have to play these matches this early in the morning. So alright, anyways, the second map will be Older Than Ever, made by Ranked, and of course Kronos also with the world record here, 102.078. In the Dedimania we got Massa at top 3, 102.20. We got Roa at top 8, 102.25. Koenz at top 11, 102.33. And Carl top 15 again, 102.39. So yeah, Carl does not have the fastest times, but what he does have though is consistency, and he's probably one of the most consistent players in the game. And that's a good skill to have for these kind of tournaments. So we'll have another warm-up round. And then we'll continue this loser bracket final of Gamers Assembly 2015 between Massa, Roa, Koenz and Carl. Top 2 will advance to the consolidation final, where Saber and Zoom await. And then in the grand final we got Yo-Yo and Kronos. Alright, so that's gonna be the end of the warm-up. And let's continue the match. Let's follow Koenz through this first round. Did not have a good start to this match. See if he can do a bit better on this second map. Gets a good start. He did good on this map yesterday, so maybe he feels more confident on it. This turn here is pretty narrow. Oh, and Massa will hit the checkpoint. Yeah, you either see people hitting the checkpoint or getting their wheels up on the quarter pipe and losing their grip in that turn. It's very narrow. Oh, small bump for Carl. It's gonna allow Roa to pass him. Koenz having the lead with 2300s, looking good. But it did look pretty good as well in the first round of the first map. Let's see if he can keep it together now. Roa gaining on him a bit. Massa still at 4th. And Carl still at 3rd. Coming up to the ending here. Last turn. Koenz 1800s ahead of Roa. And he will be able to stay in front. 102.56. Great time there by Koenz. Roa 0.70, Karl 0.97, and Massa 103.47. And with that we have Roa and Massa tied with 37. Koenz only 2 points behind, and then Karl only 8 points behind. As we start the next round, and Karl gonna hit the pole. Drops down to 4th place. It's gonna be far behind. We got Koenz once again getting a pretty large lead here in the start. Definitely seems like he's feeling better. Oh, and Massa will crash hard before the checkpoint. We'll have to turn around. Can't respawn, of course. It will have to awkwardly turn around like this. Gonna lose a ton of time with that. Karl goes up to 3rd. And we got Koenz and Roa 1st and 2nd again. Ah, great turn there from Roa. Not the best landing though, lost some grip. Koenz with more speed over the stretch. 10 hundredths ahead, but then Koenz had to slow down in that turn. Mistimed it, and Roa will be able to take over 1st place just before the finish line. 102.82. 23 hundredths ahead of Koenz. And Karl at 3rd, and here comes Massa. 5 seconds left on the clock. Will be able to get 3 points. So, Roa with 47 points, Koenz with 41, Massa with 40, and Karl with 33. Starting the 3rd round. Seen lots of mistakes so far, and we see another mistake from Massa. Turned a bit too early to the right. And as a consequence, is down to 4th place. Oh, and Roa now falling victim to that narrow turn, and will drop down to 3rd. Here comes Massa, maybe able to pass him. They will have a close fight, and then we have another fight between Karl and Koenz for 1st. With Karl in the lead, 1400 out of Koenz. Let's change to Koenz' camera. This is the one he plays with, as he tries to catch up to Karl. 800s behind, goes for a wider line here, trying to build up as much speed as possible, but does not really pay off. Karl still in the lead as we get closer to the end. Oh, not a good turn from Karl, and Koenz will pass him in the end. Whoa, what happened to Karl? Wow, he drops down to 4th place even. Critical mistake from Karl in the end. Went too wide and was forced to slow down, otherwise he would have hit the pole. So Koenz will take 1st place, now tied for 1st in the standings, together with Roa, 51 points each. Massa at 46 and Karl at 36. Yeah, Karl had that round in the bag, but not able to handle the pressure in the end. Koenz with an interesting line as he approaches that turn. The other players go much wider than him, probably fearing to get that drift from the quarter pipe, but Koenz takes the risk and it pays off. He's once again in the lead, 1100s ahead. Massa with a wide line, it's gonna lose a ton with that. Where's Roa? He's far behind. It's Koenz in the lead, Karl at 2nd. Ooh, great turn from Karl. Catches up to Koenz, neck and neck between them now. Oh, okay, still neck and neck. This is gonna be decided in the last turn. Different lines from the players. Who's gonna do it the best this time? It is Koenz. Almost lost his grip in the end and almost hit the finish as well in the end there, but took the risk and will be rewarded with another 10 points. Up to 61 now in the lead. Roa at 55, Massa at 49, and Karl at 42. A rough start for Koenz in this match, but he's definitely played better as of late. However, there's still a long way to go, and a lot can still happen. Massa now with a fast start. Karl very close to having his wheels touch the checkpoint, but he's still in it at 3rd place. It's a pretty close round so far, and there goes Karl. Nudged the wall. Roa will pass him, and Roa will also pass Koenz. Or maybe not. Oh! Massa with a huge crash into the checkpoint. We saw a tendency of him going a bit too wide at that turn earlier, and now he went way too wide and hit the checkpoint. Roa in the lead, Koenz at second. Coming up to the ending. And Roa will do it a bit better. 102.73, 20 hundredths ahead of Koenz. Carl at third, and then Massa. Will he be able to finish this one? Yes, with 2 seconds left on the clock. Alright, so that's the end of the second map. Koenz now in the lead, 67 points. Roa just behind him at 65. Then we got Massa at 52 and Carl at 46. Moving on to the third map. Which will be Outburst. Made by Kronos, and the world record is also by Kronos. 104.555. We have Koenz with the fastest time out of these 4 players. Top 3, 104.64. Massa top 4, 104.65. Then we have Roa top 8, 104.82. And Carl 11th, 104.88. And another warm-up round before we continue this loser bracket final. Top 2 will advance to the consolidation final, where they will face off against Saber and Zoom for the last 2 spots into the grand final, where we have Kronos and Yo-Yo, the 2 against all authority players, waiting for their next opponents. And this track got a pretty tricky ending. We've seen players continuously having problems with this turn especially. We got that small drop and downhill where you want to keep your grip, and then following that a tight turn to the left. So we'll see if the players are going to be handling it well as we are about to go live again. Koenz is the current leader, Roa at second, Massa at third, and Carl at fourth. Here we go. First round. It's a good start from all players. Well collected. Roa will lose a bit of time, but comes back with good speed. Carl, in the meantime, will take the lead. Nice drop as well. A good trajectory over the platform. Massa will drop down to fourth place. Still a close round. Koenz will join up with Carl. Small bump there from Roa. Massa will pass him. And also getting closer to Koenz and Carl. Good stuff there from Massa. Carl still in the lead, and then Massa ends up clipping the wall. Roa will go up to third place. Koenz in the meantime has passed Carl and has taken over the lead. Coming up to the last turns, will we see Koenz winning another round and extending his lead in the total standings? Yes, we will. 105.11, 23 hundredths ahead of Carl, 45 hundredths ahead of Roa, and 1 second, 14 hundredths ahead of Massa. Koenz now up to 77 points. Roa at 69, Massa at 55, and Carl at 52. Will we see Koenz continue to dominate? Of course, wants to build up as much of a lead as he can, reaching finalist mode, because after you reach it, you won't get any more points. Carl with a bad drop, gonna go down to fourth place, 22 hundredths behind. And Massa in the lead, but does not get a good landing, so both Roa and Koenz will end up passing him. Roa with the lead. Good platform part though by Massa, puts him at second. Oh, and Koenz gonna end up clipping the pole. So he falls down to 4th place. Massa almost hit the wall, but stays alive at 2nd place. Will allow Roa to take a lead, but then Roa ends up clipping the wall. And then Carl with almost a flip, hitting the pole. Koenz will pass him. Massa goes up in the lead. 63 instead of Roa. This is not as close of a round, to say the least. Massa will take it. 105.80. Roa 106.32 and Koenz 108.41. Followed by Carl with 111.45. So the others getting a bit closer to Koenz with that. Still in the lead though with 81. 6 points ahead of Roa. Massa at 65 and Carl at 55. 2 quick wins by Koenz though, and he would be finalist. Another bad start here for Carl. Not a good drop either, so he continues to lose time. And also Roa has lost some ground against Massa and Koenz, who are in the very front. Massa keeping a small lead over Koenz. Koenz aligning himself up for the next turn. Roa pops up here out of nowhere. And Koenz goes too wide, hits the wall. Carl will pass him as well. So now we have a fight between Massa and Roa for 1st place. Massa with the lead with 1200s. Can he stay in front all the way to the end as well? Here comes Roa trying to attack. And it's gonna cost him. He crashes. Carl and Koenz will pass him. And Massa will take 1st place. 105.23. Ahead of Carl, Koenz and Roa at 4th. Roa tried to catch up to Massa in the end, but it didn't pay off. And only getting 3 points in that round. Koenz up to 85 now. Roa at 78. Massa at 75 and Carl at 61. And this is the 2nd to last round on this 3rd map. Better start for Carl. He's in the middle of the pack. Roa keeping the lead. Massa goes up to 2nd. Koenz at 4th. Massa, not a good platform part. And as a result, down to 4th, but Koenz almost hit the hole. And now is dead last, and out of nowhere, Massa goes up to 1st place. Carl and Roa must have simultaneously crashed or something. I think so, because that's the only... Oh, the Massa drops down! What the hell happened to Massa? Just out of nowhere lost all his speed. So Roa back in the lead. Carl at 2nd. Roa will keep that lead to the end. 105.74 ahead of Carl, Massa and Koenz at 4th. And yeah, Massa is not happy about that. He must have gotten a slowdown from the border. The only explanation I got. So we now got Koenz and Roa tied for 1st again, 88 points. Massa at 79 and Carl at 67 as we start off the last round of the 3rd map. So we won't see anyone reaching finalist status on this map, but on the next one we'll see the conclusion of this match. Great speed for Carl. Goes up in the lead even after a nice drop. It's Roa who falls down to 4th place, but only 700s behind the 1st. Oh, small bump from Massa. Roa will pass him. Koenz very close to Carl and will build up much more speed over this stretch, which is important. Oh, but Roa with amazing speed though, goes up to 2nd place just behind Koenz. Coming up to the ending. Who's gonna be the current leader after this map is over? Koenz or Roa? Not Roa, he hits the wall. Massa will pass him as well. And Koenz will stay in front of Carl to be the current leader at 98 points. So he basically only have to finish the next round to become a finalist. Roa will have to win the round. Then Massa will have to need at least 2 more rounds and Carl at least 3 more rounds. As we move on to the next map. next map will be Shinamasta, made by Loku Buddha, and the world record is 59.008 by Tamarillo, who went out in the loser bracket yesterday. Such a stacked tournament, so many good players attending this event. So winning this one is really prestigious. So we'll have another warm-up round. Let's take a look at the online records. Massa with top 5, 59.14. Carl with top 9, 59.26. Koenz top 10, 59.26 as well. And then Roa top 13 with 59.32. And in this track we got this last turn here before a very long stretch all the way to the end. So it's really important that you do the last turn well. Alright, that's gonna be the end of the warm-up. Let's continue this loser bracket final of Gamers Assembly 2015 Trackmania 2 Stadium. And we play Tech. Of course, there are other Trackmania tournaments hosted at this event as well, including Trackmania 2 Stadium Dirt and Trackmania 2 Canyon and Valley. But let's focus on the Tech tournament now, and let's focus on this round. Will we see Roa also becoming finalists together with Koenz? That is the big question right now. As we see a good start from all four players. Great turn from Koenz. Very, very good turn from Koenz. Puts him at first place. But only 800s ahead of the rest of the players. This is still a very, very close round. Carl will drop down a bit. Oh, and then ends up hitting the wall as well. So he's gonna stay at 4th place. Koenz with a great turn again. Can go up in the lead with 1300s. Roa, where is he? He's at 3rd. Looks like he's not gonna become a finalist together with Koenz as we near the ending. Koenz still at 1st. Roa tries to catch up to Massa, but Massa will stay in front with 200s. So that helps Koenz even more, because that means now that Roa, if he takes 4th place in the next round, he still won't become a finalist. So we'll see if that will happen. But Koenz now is finalist and got match point with the chance to reach the consolidation final, joining up with his teammate Saber and also Zoom. Here we go. Koenz with a great start. He feels motivated and focused right now. Knows what he needs to do. And where is Carl? He's quite far behind already. 2900s behind Koenz in the lead. Massa and Roa though still pretty close by. Halfway through the round, Massa will almost pass Koenz in that next turn. Not the best turn from Koenz. Had to slow down, and then Roa gets the no drift. Oh, and another bad turn from Koenz. That's not gonna be it. However, Roa is still at... No, he's not. He's past Koenz as well, so Roa will also become finalist in this next round. Massa, if he wins, will go up to 98. And looks like he will. Carl will take 2nd. So an important 10 points there from Massa, 59.63, ahead of Carl with 0.84. Then Roa, with that 3rd place, is also finalist now together with Koenz. And unless either of them wins, we'll see a 3rd finalist in the next round with Massa. Here we go. Koenz' 2nd attempt, Roa's 1st. Will we see a winner in this round? Carl with the best start. Okay. Still had enough room to get through that turn. Oh, Koenz. I thought he got a no drift, but no. Still in it. Did not get much speed though. We'll go down to 3rd place. Here comes Roa with a great turn. Goes up to 3rd. Will pass Koenz. Massa in the lead together with Carl. Koenz avoids crashing this time, still in it, still with the possibility, and Roa with another no drift! Another no drift from Roa in the same turn! So he's not gonna win in this attempt. Can Koenz still make it though? He goes for it. Risky landing, and he goes up to first place. Will this be it for Koenz? The recall will drop down. It's Massa will have to pass him now, but no! Koenz with more speed over the stretch. Koenz will go through to the consolidation final. 59.38, and Koenz is our first winner. Congrats to Koenz. So that means he is at least top 6 in the tournament, I believe. So yeah, Massa is now finalist as well, together with Roa. Carl still at the 86 points. So he will have to win 2 rounds in a row, or 3 rounds in a row in fact. Massa will crash though, and Roa with another bad start. So this will give Carl the chance to still stay alive. Can Roa avoid the no drift this time? Yes, this time he will. However, it's not really gaining any time on Carl. 600's behind. Ooh! Good landing there, but Carl still with more speed. Here comes the last turn. Will Carl stay in front? Oh, really close to the wall. Roa with more speed. And here comes Roa. He's gonna pass Carl again and take second place. Carl got a small bump from the border then. That was enough for Roa to have slightly more speed and pass him over the stretch in the end. And that's gonna be the end of the loser bracket final. Koenz and Roa through to the consolidation final. Massa and Carl eliminated. GG.